Bash in Berlin is this Saturday, and they have put together a fantastic card for us to watch and enjoy some great wrestling. Let's look and see what they've got going on for this weekend. Now, we don't know the order of the matches quite yet. Probably won't find that out until Saturday, but we're going to go over them just in a random order for which ones I'm most excited about to the ones I'm least excited about. The match I'm least excited for is Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan taking on Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. I am excited by the fact that there is a mixed tag match on a PLE. It's very, very exciting. It feels like WWE is toying with different match stipulations that they haven't quite used a ton in the past. The last one we saw was at Judgment Day last year with Beth Phoenix and Edge taking on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. So it's refreshing. It's a new style of match we don't see very often. But I do believe this spot could have been given to at least a tag team match, if not a United States Championship match. You've got a lot of options, and when you only run a 5 match PLE, these matches without titles on the line feel less than important. It feels like something you could have done on Monday Night Raw and had it main event Raw and it'd been fantastic, but on a PLE it feels like it shouldn't be there. It just feels a little lackluster, I guess. But as far as who I think is going to win, I do believe Liv and Dom will come out on top. As much as I would prefer Rhea and Damian, I think it'll end up being a numbers game, which is something we often see with the Judgment Day. So I don't think that Rhea and Damian have had time to make enough friends to cover up what the Judgment Day already has. And I think that Liv and Liv and Dominic will end up taking this home. My next least anticipated match is going to be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair taking on the Unholy Union. Now, I think this is going to be a great match, just like the last one, but I think this is a match that didn't necessarily need to happen right now. I think you could have let this feud boil for a little bit longer on the main shows. Just kind of work a couple more things out and then had an absolute banger. To be honest, I forgot they were feuding. But it does make a lot of sense that this is, their PLE challenger. And my hope for this is that it maybe leads to a Bianca Jade split. Now, I'm a huge fan of both of them. I think they're fantastic together. But I think the WWE has booked themselves into somewhat of a corner with them to where they've got two extremely powerful women in one tag team. And it's hard to write a story where these larger than life powerful women are the losers. It's hard to believe in some sense after watching both of them just do incredible things in the ring that they would lose. But I've enjoyed their time together as a tag team, but I would much rather see them as rivals. And I think they could put on some of the best women's matches we've ever seen together. but not as a tag team. I think as solo wrestlers against each other is their best match. And I could see within a couple months one of them holding a women's title and them main eventing a PLE for that title. But you have to break up the tag team first. And it seems like they're really good friends and they have a great bond. So I'm not sure how you go about doing that, but I'm interested to see the aftermath of this match more than I am excited for the match, I guess. I do believe Unholy Union is going to come away with it. I think it might be just a little too soon to take the titles off of them. They're pretty fresh with the belts, and they seem to be working a pretty good story with them. And I think it pays off better if Unholy Union wins over Jade and Bianca. The next least anticipated match, which I guess is the middle of the road match, the number 3 spot, is going to go to Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. I think this match is going to cook. I think they're going to do a fantastic job. I don't think that this is going to be a bad match at all. But Kevin's reluctancy to challenge for the title makes me less interested in the story. I feel like you've got a wide roster full of people that you could have done a quick one-shot, title shot situation that isn't involved in a bloodline story at the moment, just to kind of, freshen things up, let some new things live. Kind of like the AJ series that we had and the Shinsuke series that we've had. Just take a step away from the bloodline for a second and just give somebody else a spot to prove that they deserve to be at the top with Cody. And Kevin Owens has already done that many times. But I also believe this is the beginning of a heel turn for Kevin, which I am all in on. His Kevin fight era, where he was just walking in, just beating the mess out of people and leaving, was my favorite era of Kevin. Now, my second most anticipated match is the Randy Orton and Gunther match for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think they've taken a mess of a situation from King of the Ring and turned it into something good. A lot of times you see botches. It might not have been a botch. It might have been on purpose, but a lot of times you see stuff like that and they don't necessarily say anything about it, but that's a huge moment that was caught live on TV, and there was mention of it on TV, and so you have to make the most out of it. And I think they've done a really good job in such a short time. We see Gunther win the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, which is a fantastic match, great match, and I think this match will be one of the best that he's going to have on this title run. I could be completely wrong, but I do think they match up extremely well. I loved their King of the Ring match. It was fantastic. And so I think this is going to be one of the better matches on this PLE, if not the best. But there's still one more that I'm way more excited about. But let's finish talking about this one. I do think Gunther's going to walk away with it. I don't think it's time for him to drop that title belt. He's one that's known for very long title reigns, regardless of where he's at or whose belt it is. He's gone less than a third of his career with WWE without a title belt. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's great in the ring, and he elevated the Intercontinental Championship to something to be desired, which I think is fantastic. Is that's my favorite title belt. But I do think it's way too soon for anybody to be taking that belt off of him. So we will be seeing Gunther walk out of Bash of Berlin with the title, which will receive a huge pop from the fans. I already know. Now you still get that goofy Kevin in that era, which is great, and I think he's fantastic at that. But you also get a more ruthless fighter out of Kevin, which is something we haven't seen in a while. We know he's got it in him. We see glimpses of it, but I think a full on just hardcore fighter Kevin is where we're headed, and I could not be more excited about that. Now, I don't think Kevin's going to win this. I think there's a much larger story at hand, and this is why I'm kind of disappointed that it's Kevin being somewhat of a sacrificial lamb, where they needed to fill a spot, they needed to give Cody a match, and Kevin is kind of there. He's around, he's helped Cody out, and I can appreciate giving him the match because of all he's done for Cody. But there's so many other people that could have used the chance to shine on a main event. Or maybe not even main event. I don't know where this match is going to land on the card, but a main PLE event. 5 matches, there's only so many people that'll be on TV. And you could have given an opportunity for somebody who hasn't quite had that time yet to be there and to experience it and to show the world what they have to offer at that top level. But yeah, Cody's gonna walk away with this. There's no doubt about it. I would love to see Kevin win, but yeah, Cody's gonna take this one home. Now, my most anticipated match of the night is going to be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. It's a leather strap match. We're back with an odd stipulation that hasn't been used as much in the recent times. The PG era seemed to have gotten away from some of the fun stipulations that you could have in wrestling matches. And it seems like we're getting back to not necessarily the roots of it, but we're getting back to being creative with how we do feuds. And so I do love the leather strap match stipulation. I think it's going to be fantastic. This feud has been boiling for months. It might be the best feud of the year. And I think if you didn't have Roman Cody earlier this year, this would be the feud of the year without a doubt. They both have done a fantastic job. I could not speak more highly about either of them during their time feuding together. I think this match is going to be amazing. I struggle to find who I want to win in this match because I think they're going to go again at Bad Blood. My early prediction for Bad Blood is we get a CM Punk Drew McIntyre Hell in a Cell match, which I'm going to go nuts for. But with Drew winning the last one, the only true way to continue this story on any further is have Punk win, which I'm completely fine with. I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. But I think this story is going to continue on for a while. I think we'll see this up until Seth Rollins even comes back, and it becomes a three-way feud. Which, oh my goodness, Cook. But that is by far the reason I'm watching Saturday. I'm could not be more excited for this. Every time I see both of them on my screen, I am edge of my seat, just ears open, eyes open, ready for anything. They've done such a good job with this. I could not speak high enough about how good this match is going to be. And I think it's going to main event one, and I think it's going to round out a great pay-per-view for the weekend.